Hello ladies and gentlemen, friends and followers. Welcome back to another live stream. Today we are making a big hop over the Atlantic, and we are at the moment here in Toronto with the new Flight Tampa scenery of Toronto, and we are flying the Aerosoft CRJ in Air Canada Jazz livery, or actually Air Canada Express livery, to New York La Guardia. That will be the first time for me using the Flight Tampa scenery of Toronto, which I like a lot at the moment. I haven't taxied through the airport, know that I used the drone, but for now it looks very good, very nice. And I also just installed the Field Air La Guardia scenery. So that will be the first time for me also flying into La Guardia with the Field Air scenery. Actually, I think it's the first time flying into La Guardia anyway. And yeah, so without further ado, let's jump into the aircraft. We are here in the cold and dark mode, and so we want to first set up the batteries here, start the flight pad, and then let's call the ground power unit. And then we use the external power to get here some electricity into the aircraft. So I already prepared the flight plan, and what we do first is we refuel, and we need 5,200 tons of fuel, but actually I make it 5,250. Set that in. Let's see, passengers. Estimated takeoff weight 33,620. That will actually be a little bit higher. Let's see. There is no information here in the flight plan about my passengers on board, so I cannot switch that here, but that's no problem. We just leave it as it is. Set that into the FMC here. Okay, and then start with the checklist. We can turn on the air conditioning as well. Navigation and logo lights turned on. Windshield set to low. Probe heats can be off for now. And that's it for the beginning. Emergency exit lights should be armed. Passenger signs, seatbelts on. No smoking set to auto. Northward steering is off. Clocks are set to 0 and to local time here. Is that correct? 10:18? GPS time, international time is 15:18, that's correct. Local time is 10:19, that's also correct. Okay. Local time. And now turn on the IRS to nav. and then we will set up the FMC. So we are departing Toronto, and we are going to New York La Guardia. Execute. Before we enter the route, we will set our cruise flight level of 330. VNAV setup, transition altitude 18,000 is okay. Cruising altitude, that's correct. And VNAV descent, flight level 180, that's correct as well. Flight plan for the departure. Let me see if I can receive any weather information here, but I don't think so. No. Okay, then I have to check online about the weather information. We have winds of 230 with 30 knots gusting up to 37. So that means we have runway 23 for departure. And according to our flight plan, we will fly the Kepta 2 departure. Kepta 2, here it is, Kepta 2, and bumper transition. Execute. After bumper we go direct Evan. Then we go direct Ordeal. Then we go direct Romeo Kilo Alpha. And from there we will fly the Harp 3 arrival into LaGuardia runway 22. Romeo Kilo Alpha transition, executing. Check the Lex page. If we have it, there we have a discontinuity. So we will delete that, and then we have Romeo Kilo Alpha twice, so we can delete one. Execute, continue, check. There is another discontinuity because there is a vector here. So we leave that as well as the vector here. So we need to see the charts, what they tell us about the departure route. We won't have ATC, unfortunately, at least not here in Toronto. But we might have, if you're lucky, we have ATC once we arrive in New York. We will see. So, talking about the departure route, I will show you here the information we have. So here we have the LaGuardia's LaGuardia's one. I'm just looking for the Kepta 2 departure for runway 23, and then we can see for jet aircraft only, we are a jet aircraft. Safe altitude within 100 nautical miles is 4,900. And we can see here the initial climb for runway 23, unless otherwise assigned by ATC. Climb heading 237 degrees to 1,100. Climb right turn heading 245 or as assigned. Expect radar vectors to Savour or as assigned, and proceed via depicted route. Unless otherwise assigned by ATC, maintain 5,000. So what that means is we climb on the runway track to 1,100. Once we pass 1,100, we turn right to heading 245 to keep some separations from runway 24s, and we will fly to we will climb to 5,000 feet unless we get some ATC telling us any difference. So we can basically set now 5,000 feet here already. in the autopilot. This ground power unit is still driving around here. Don't know what he's doing, but well. Okay. So that's so far. For the performance, we will have a dry runway condition, so that's fine. And check the weather information again. So we have winds of 230 with 30 knots gusting up 37. We have a visibility of 15 static miles. Few clouds on 2,500, few clouds on 3,000, and few clouds on 25,000. Temperature of 15 degrees. Well, that's very warm actually. And an altimeter setting of 29059. So we can set that already. 29059. That's really low. Is it really 2959? Yeah, it is. And set that here as well. 2959. And that's it. We are now set up to depart. Yeah, and you can definitely hear the wind here. Okay, so start with a checklist before start checklist. Passenger signs we set to on. Landing elevation is set. Altimeter is set. FMS checked and set. IRS is aligned and nav. Radius and nav aids are set, and takeoff briefing is complete. Clear to start. So we will now start the APU. We will turn on the beacon lights, and we will also turn on the hydraulic. We need to turn on the boost pumps. APU is running up. Okay, so before clear to start checklist. APU is on, electrics are checked, takeoff data is set, doors are closed and locked, beacon lights are on, fuel pumps and quantity we have 5,245 kilograms on board, hydraulic pumps auto and on, parking brake is set to on. There we go. And we can now start to set the pre-planned pushback here. We need to wait until it's loaded. And then we will set ourselves here onto the taxiway. Enter. APU is now available. Ground power is not necessary anymore, so we can disconnect the ground power unit. We can disconnect the wheel chocks, or remove the wheel chocks actually. And now request pushback.
Cockpit to ground. This is ground standby.
Wow, what the heck is going on? Have a look at the clouds here. Let me first quickly check a wing view. Okay, there is no wing view beside that one, but anyway. What's going on with the clouds here? Holy crap. They're moving so fast.
Okay, sir, the bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed. The parking brakes are set. You may lift. Parking brakes set. Lifting the aircraft. We are cleared for start and push. Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Okay, we will release the parking brake.
Parking brakes are released. Commencing pushback. You can start start the engines in sequence. Yeah, we'll start in the sequence.
And we are cleared for the pushback. And we will start the engines in sequence. And actually, I'm not sure if this ground power unit is still connected or not, but well, anyway. Okay, start engine number 2.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Brakes are set.
Parking brakes set. Parking brakes set. Lowering aircraft.
And starting engine number 1.
Ground, you may disconnect. Okay, sir, cleared to disconnect. Pin has been removed. See you at the site. Have a good flight. Holding position, waiting for the visual. Thank you.
And after start checklist, electrics check generators set back to auto. Or set to auto, they are set to auto. Bleed valves auto packs on. APU is still on, but we can turn that off as soon as engine number 2 is on. Nose wheel steering armed. Anti-ice is not required as we have 15 degrees here. So APU off. Close the APU flap here. Air condition on. We can turn on the taxi lights. Oops, taxi checklist. So, flight controls. Full up, full down, full left, full right, rudder, full left, full right, neutral. Works fine. Trims have to be green. And they are. Thrust reversers. Armed. Flight instruments checked. We can turn on the stabilizer, the Mac trim and stabilizer trim. And cross-flow fuel pump can be turned off to auto again. Everything is cleared. Transponder mode to on, and we turn on the weather map. ATC1 altitude reporting is on. That's fine. And so that's it. We are now ready to taxi. If I didn't forget anything. So let's check once more if we have ATC. No, we haven't. So turn off the parking brake and start our taxi. And the clouds are moving still very fast here. Crazy. Why is... left pack was off. I'll turn the packs on. We will now set the flaps for departure, so flaps 8. And that actually looks really nice, the scenery here. And the clouds are still moving as fast as I've never seen it before. No, that's not true, but it's still quite fast. And I need to start some lighting here, because... Whoops! Hello! Maestro. What's going on with you? Oh, and of course I wanted to start the clock here, so that I know how long my block time is. We're using Alpha Kilo here. I think it's Alpha Kilo, isn't it? Yes, it is. Using Alpha Kilo here to join the Alpha. Really nice scenery here from Flight Tampa. Really nice done. And the other car here is waiting because it sees that I am coming, but well, that doesn't help a lot if he doesn't continue. So I hope that Azobo will anytime soon change that problem, because it's really, really annoying that always there are some cars here on the taxiway where you have to taxi through. That's really annoying here. See, why are they taxiing on the or driving on the taxiway? I mean, you have like here is a street. Why don't they drive over there? Don't understand. So, and we have to remember, after the departure we fly runway track of 237 degrees, and once we pass 1,100 feet we will turn right to heading 245, and then if we would have ATC we would expect vectors to Savour, but as we don't have ATC we will fly manually to Savour. Not manually, but like on own navigation. and it's also a very long taxi here. Before takeoff checklist, we will set the lights and strobes to on. The fuel flow will be set to manually. Flight attendants will be advised automatically by the pilot or co-pilot. Transponder TCAS is already set to on, as in the US you have to, or also in Canada, you have to turn it on once you are leaving the gate. Radar terrain display is set, and so what we just need to do is lights and strobes, fuel transfer flow to manual once we are approaching the runway. Can turn on the flight director here. And we are almost there. Really nice airport, I just have to say it all over again. I really love the airport of Toronto, and before I heard that there is the Flight Tampa series, I was just about to buy red design, but just in time I noticed that there will be the Flight Tampa series, so I waited, and now I have it, the Flight Tampa series, and I really love it. The windbag's telling me I have a lot of headwind, backwind, tailwind. Oh dear, tailwind. But let me check again here. Toronto Pearson 230 at 30. Okay, that's weird. Let me see. Weather, receive meter, and then check. 230, gusts 37. Okay, that's correct. Well, I'm not sure why this looks different. So landing lights on, strobe lights on, fuel transfer flow manual.
Approaching 2, 3.
And we are on the runway.
On runway 2, 3.
Everything is set so far. Lights and strobes on. We set that to on. Manual flight attendants are advised transponder TCAS is on. Radar terrain display is set. Okay, we're ready to go. Start the chrono. Take off, go around. We want a rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. And we're passing 1100, so we're turning right now to heading 245. climb thrust set. And there we go. There's the airport. Fits wonderful in the surroundings here. And climb checklist. Fuel transfer flow. Auto. Bleeds and APU set. We can turn on the altitude because we don't need to stop our climb. So we can directly go up to what was our flight level? There we go. Oh, come on. Flight level 330 it was. Okay. Flaps 1. Speed box set to 250. Flap 0, speed mode on, so we will do that, and then we can go to direct serveur. Execute. Nav. Climb checklist. Fuel transfer flow is set to auto. Bleeds and APU is set. Thrust reversers off. And CAS is checked. No information left. No yellows. I can turn off the seatbelt signs already because we don't. We will not experience any bad weather here. We're going direct to serveur. Speed will be increased now to 250. There we go.
In the span of
And there we go. Landing lights can be turned off. We can increase the speed. APU door is closed. I'm still wondering why it's not working here. That's really strange. So I think the autopilot still has some problems here, because it's a little bit weird what he's doing there. But well, let's just zoom out a bit, and it doesn't look that bad. That's really weird what he's doing there. Let's turn it to half bank here, so maybe this will help. Let's see. So autopilot disengage. Not sure what he's doing here, but set to standard, set to standard. So my flight director shows into the other direction, but let's turn in another direct captor, execute and try the autopilot again here. So let's see what he's doing now. I don't know why it keeps turning all the time. It's like always turning. Totally weird here. Well, anyway. Okay, it looks better now. It looks a little bit better. Okay, let's make a quick fuel check here. At Captor, according to our flight plan, we need to have 4.3 tons of fuel on board, and we have almost 4.6. So we are absolutely fine concerning the fuel. We're in the air for 10 minutes now. Looks good. Okay, and what we do now is we have a look on the approach into LaGuardia here. Let me show you the charts. So New York LaGuardia, Hop 3 arrival. So we're coming from Rockdale over here. And then we will fly to Peter, to Cyper, Treza, Kingston, Valra, Bazzi, and Harp. And then we approach directly into LaGuardia's runway 22. We have no restrictions here except Bazier. No, that's just for turbojets, so it's not for us. So we don't have any restrictions. Let's check the ILS runway 22. Platform altitude is 3,000 feet at Yeoman, and if we check in the FMC, so let me see. So if we check in the FMC here, Lex page, and then we have Bazier, where is it? Bazier here, Harp, Crayleigh, LaGuardia, vectors. So if we check that on the star again, we have Harp over here, then it goes to Crayleigh, which is here, and then it would go to LaGuardia, although from LaGuardia we would expect vectors, but that's definitely not necessary. We can directly start our approach into ILS runway 22. So we have here Yeoman, Greyco, runway 22, and I will turn that in after Crayleigh, so we don't need to go to LaGuardia anymore. We will directly fly to Yeoman here. I just have to check on the map if where did it? Wait a second. Plan. Here we go. So let me see if can show you that. Next page, previous page. How is this working again? Maybe here? Oh yeah. So our top of descent is here short of Peter, Cyper, Tracer, Valra, Bassier, Harp, Crayleigh, and then from Crayleigh direct Yeoman, where we need to be at 3000 or above. So that's fine. Can turn off the half bank here. So I don't know what's going on with the autopilot here at the moment, or what means at the moment, during the whole flight actually. He always keeps turning left and right and left and right and left and right, and he's not catching the route here. Don't know. We can turn to decent checklist already, just so we are prepared. And we are now approaching flight level 330. So we will reduce our speed a little bit. Because the aircraft does not have a auto throttle. You can just, like, you know, make a flight level change here, but there's no way you can use auto throttle. And now we have to pay attention on the speed here, so that we don't get too slow. I mean, for the moment it's not that difficult because we don't have ATC, but if you have ATC and they give you, for example, a speed restriction, then it's gonna be hard to maintain the speed, at least with my throttle quadrant here from Thrustmaster, because it's so like the range between 0 and the first, like, climb thrust, whatever it is called here, is so small that you can basically not really use that, so I have to have my hands always on the throttle, and that's really annoying, I have to admit. That's really annoying, because if I let go, it most of the time automatically jumps into the climb phase. And actually we have New York Center at the moment. That's cool. And at least now the autopilot does not have any problems anymore. So what I will do now is I tune in LaGuardia VOR already, just so we have it. I will leave nav2 on auto. And I'm not sure about the 113.1 is set, that's fine. I don't know what this is here. Never used that. Flight dynamics, I don't know. Now I think I'm not sure if we have to tune in the ILS frequency later on, or if it's done automatically somewhere. Because in the radio we just have COM1, standby frequency, navigation 1, COM3, so we have nothing set for the ILS. But anyway, we will have no problem with that. For the missed approach, we have to climb to 3000 outbound on LaGuardia VOR radial 225 to Proud International, DME 11 LaGuardia, and hold. Continue climb in hold to 3000. So we will hold over Proud, and basically that should be set into our FMC already. Greyco runway 22 Proud. Missed approach, you can see that here, hold at Proud. That's set. And then we just wait for further instructions here. And we already see our top of descent in the navigation display here. And New York center frequency is on 125.325. So we can tune that in already. 125.325. Pre-select. And then we can just tune that in, and that's it. And it lost the nav button here. Weird. Didn't do anything, but hey, let's lose the nav. Why not? Oh nice, and now I have the same problem again with the autopilot, as it seems. Oh, come on, aircraft. That's so annoying. And we have heavy winds up here, so let's turn on the seatbelt signs again. Make a new direct to Romeo Kilo Alpha. And try to engage the autopilot again. We're now within Boston airspace. And now the autopilot got it again. So we are now inbound Rockdale, and then we will soon be reaching our top of descent here. It's very windy up here. But that looks nice, doesn't it? It's bumpy. Actually, as I just saw it on the checklist, we can do another fuel check. We are at Rockdale, where we need to have 3.7 tons of fuel. And we have 3.9, almost 4. So we are fine about that. No need to worry. And we are almost at our top of descent. So I tune in the next altitude. As we have no altitude restriction, we will use base C at 8,000 as well. Same as the turbojets. Oh, by the way, I am a turbojet. It's not turboprop. I thought it's turboprop, but it's turbojet. But, well, we tuned in 8,000 now, and we will soon be starting our descent. And we will reduce the thrust, click speed, and altitude. And now we will start our descent. Whoops, that's gonna be steep here. Well, sorry. That's absolutely too steep here. Don't want to do that. Come on. We're now crossing Peter. Wow, it's bumpy here. Let's check the weather information for LaGuardia, just to make sure that we don't miss anything. Wind is 210 degrees at 7, so runway 22 will be fine. Visibility of 8 statute miles. We have light rain, broken at 1,300, overcast at 10,000, temperature 12. Altimeter is 3003. So the altimeter setting is quite important, as we will soon be crossing flight level 180. We'll reduce the thrust a little bit more, and you can see in like what we are flying into here. Wow. Just wondering why the weather radar is not working as well, because I thought it is working, but apparently it's not. Not sure why though. And also the rain radar is not working. That's a pity here. Well, anyway. Does we have the outside air temperature somewhere? Current temperature 23 degrees. No, that's not possible. That cannot be the outside temperature. Oh, sorry. Electricity, fuel, flight controls, anti-ice is not required. Doors are locked and closed and locked. Not sure though. Cannot see the outside air temperature. No. There we go. And we're now turning towards Kingston VOR. And we can see that we are perfectly fine on the descent path here to reach Bassia at 8,000. This little star is telling us we are perfectly fine. And we will now have to set the barometric pressure 3003. Don't need to set that to standard as well, but 3003. Oh no, the autopilot problem again. But have a look on the clouds around us. That's absolutely amazing. Although, I'm happy that I'm not sitting in this aircraft in real life right now. Set the speed back to 250. And I will now thrust idle to reduce the speed already. can reduce our rate of descent a little bit. As you can see, this little purple line here, let me zoom in a bit, shows us that we are decreasing the speed, and this purple line will show us where the speed is in, I think it's 10 seconds or something. Oh, and it's raining. Do we turn on the wipers? By the way, where are the wipers? Good question. I've never used it. Wiper here. Oh. And we will soon have to call New York Center, although we are still descending in Boston's center airspace. I think it's Boston. And we reached 250. You can turn on the landing lights already. And descent checklist, fuel checked, landing elevation is set. TCAS is set, radar is TCAS set, by the way? TCAS is above, let's check to normal. Go back, and New York Center is calling us, so we're switching over. Radar is on, CAS checked, landing data set, approach briefing is set. New York Center, hello, this is Jess 461. We are on the Hop 3 arrival, just passing Valre and descending to 8,000.
Jess 461, New York Center, good day. La Guardia altimeter 3003. Continue Hop 3 arrival, expect ILS 22.
Continue in the Hop 3 arrival, expect ILS 22, and the altimeter 3003 for Jess 461. Whoa, watch that weather here.
And just 4601, cross Yeoman at 3000.
Cross Yeoman at 3000, Jess 461. So Yeoman at 3000, that's set in. Cancel. We don't want to cross at or above 3000, but we want to cross at 3000.
This gun is 3134, switching on 122.8. Unicom 122, Decimal Lake, thank you for your service, sir. Good morning, Gun 3134.
You can turn off the wipers here. So for the RS22 we have a decision height of 200 feet. So let's set that in. Decision height where is it? Why can I not set that in? Okay, that's weird. Ah, there we go. Decision height. Oh, come on. Good thing it's not like 800 or so. 200. Turn down the altitude to 3000. Set speed. 220 is fine. Oh, come on, what is the autopilot doing here? Oh lord. I'll do a direct to Yeoman here. Because otherwise I think we will have a big problem here.
BA 774, runway 22 right. Taxi via Kilo Foxtrot, Bravo, Echo. Yeah, hold short 22 right. Taxi to runway 22 right via Kilo Foxtrot, Bravo, and Echo. 748.
And we'll set the landing speeds here. And I checked the frequencies now. ILS frequencies 110 at 5. Radio, no, where's the radio? There we go. 110.5. Okay, it's set. Okay, I'm sorry, it's set. Performance, our VREF is 139, okay. Jazz 461 inbound Yeoman.
Yes, 461, click Alice 22.
Cleared Alice 22, Jazz 461. I just called here to be sure that we are cleared for the ILS. Because otherwise we would have had to hold over Yeoman because we had no clearance, but yeah, now we are absolutely fine to descend. Nav source, localizer 1. Can turn the nav mode on. Set to VREF of 139. Flaps 1 here. Can turn on the approach mode. At Graco, we need to have 1900, but
Yes, 461, wind 2107, runway 22, clear land.
clear to land runway 22, Jazz 461. Localizer 1 green, glide slope green.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land. Please remain seated until we have stopped.
Flaps 8. And we have some rain again. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land, so that's time for us to do the landing. Well, no, not yet. We can first set the flaps to full. And it's not raining anymore. The rain radar is on, but we do not see anything, so go around, altitude is set with 3000, that's fine. Pathing 2000, gear down. Flaps 20. Flaps are set. And we will vacate to the left side. Flaps 30. Flaps full. 45 degrees. We have the runway inside here. Flaps are set, you can see that. Is there a possibility to arm the speed brakes? No, there is not. Okay. Landing checklist. Passenger signs are on. Thrust reversers armed.
Approaching.
Landing gear is down.
2,
Flaps 45 degrees. And flight simulator crashed. Huh? Why is it always crashing? I don't understand that. Well, guys, I'm very sorry about that. It's the second time today. Might be the CRJ aircraft here. I have to check if there's any update available or something like that. So I'm not sure what's going on there. That's really annoying here. But yeah, nevertheless, thank you very much, and have a great rest of Sunday.